Hey guys, today we're out here cultivating, pulling the row covers off, checking on everything. This is all stuff that we've grown over the winter. And there's Tori cultivating there. This was all grown under the row covers. Nothing special, just cold hardy crops and working with the sun and weather. A lot of rain this year. But what do you think, Tori?
It looks good. I'm really happy with how it looks so far.
Yeah.
Carrot bed's kind of weedy, but
yeah, it is. That was
we're
the
gonna
first.
work on that next.
Yeah, that was the first thing that was seeded. So yeah, you can see that. That's a nightmare to cultivate too. So ideally, you would let those weeds germinate and then flame weed or cultivate or tarp it and pull the tarp off, or seed it and then wait and then flame weed before the seeds pop up. But it's March 2nd, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll show you guys this method here that we're using, and then I made a rake that fits in the walkway so it's easier to clean up everything.
So this is a stirrup hoe that we use, and it just pretty much shanks the roots. And so I just run along and try and grab the weed by the root and just pull it right out. And then afterwards, I leave everything kind of the middle of the row so that we can rake it all out and it doesn't reseed in the wet soil when you step on it. Or re-root, I guess I should say.
So that's a lot of weeds right there, but that's where the plastic has been of the caterpillar tunnel, making it a lot warmer than the rest of outside. That's where the weeds are worse there. So really, you come in to the walkways and beds and stuff more often and cultivate more often, so you don't have to deal with that big of weeds. But it's been winter. Today's the day, I suppose. So this is a rake that I made. So I cut these ends off, and the whole rake is 18 inches, which is the width of our walkway. And so we're cultivating, like Tori mentioned earlier, we have a real problem and issue with things re-rooting. So you cultivate and then it rains, or you turn the irrigation on or whatever, and it's able to root back in. So after cultivating, just taking this rake through, yeah, taking the rake through and then getting the weeds out of the walkway makes it a lot cleaner. It's a little bit extra work, but we're gonna feed the chickens the weeds, turn the weeds into eggs. Again, the goal of this is to not have to deal with big weeds and stuff and cultivate more often. So you're taking out smaller weeds, but that's the way it goes. I want to show you guys the carrots germinating here. So this bed, I seeded, was that 3 weeks ago? When I seeded this bed? Yeah, 2 or 3. No, it was 3 weeks ago. It takes more time because it's cold. But so the silage tarp was over the frost cloth on this bed. So seeded it, put the frost cloth down, then put the silage tarp back over it after it rained, keep the moisture in there. And it's just starting to pop up now. So once you see that they're germinating, you've got to pull the tarp off or else they'll die. Here in the other tunnel, so we came through and flail mowed We came through and flail mowed the mustard greens and then put the tarp over them. But you can see that. We'll let that decompose and then get some compost, and once we amend everything, get the amendments in there and then reseed it with something else. Yeah, everything out here looks pretty good considering the massive amount of rain we got. But I gotta start working on helping Tori instead of filming stuff. Alright, we're cutting the silage tarp in half so it's easier to move. Especially when it rains, it gets really heavy and really annoying to move these things. So we're gonna cut it in half and make it easier for ourselves. We gotta come through, rake these beds, get some Bermuda out. What else?
Some weed mat along the edges.
Yeah, weed mat the edges. Rotary plow the walkways.
Compost?
We don't have enough. It's not here yet. Broad fork. Good broad fork. Alright, so I went through with the hard rake. Tori came up behind with a spring rake and raking up the grass that we can now. And then we gotta take the rotary plow through the walkways. I'm probably gonna take the PDR through the beds, see if it can knock up any more grass. And we're probably gonna have to wait off on planting this one. Let the tarps kill off a lot of the grass. Alright, got the plot, well, except for that spot. Rotary plowed and ran the PDR over it. So raking some more grass out. And then we're gonna leave this one, we're gonna leave this open to the rain tomorrow. Let some water seep in and get some grass start growing or weeds to start germinating. Then we'll just re-tarp it.